Hi, I'm Nikki Baum, and we're here at the Culture and Diversity Film Festival. And today with me is Andrew Kadikian with his film
Corações em Fogo.
Perfect. And with his cast, I believe?
Yes.
Yes, perfect.
This is Ruby Marez, our lead actress.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Tatyana, Figueiredo. I'm getting there.
Oh, you're getting there.
And Diogo Hausen.
I'm Diogo.
Okay, nice. Wonderful. Well, Andrew, why don't you tell me a little bit about what you wanted to say about the film?
Sure.
Let's keep it down here.
Yeah. Well, basically, we made this for the Los Angeles 48-hour film project, which is a worldwide competition that challenges filmmakers to make a short film in the span of one weekend, from script to final edit, all in 48 hours. And we've done it a number of times. I really like the competition, so I come back every year. And we've always had some a good portion of our team be people from Brazil, and a lot of friends of ours are people from Brazil, and we always kind of wanted to find the opportunity to have them speak Portuguese in a movie, and finally this time we did, when we decided to make a sort of rom-com about a girl who finds herself in a Brazilian telenovela. So we finally got our Brazilian actors to got the opportunity to speak Portuguese in the film, and that was kind of some of the inspiration it inspired the story a little bit.
Awesome. Well, eu falo português, but I'm going to talk in English. I didn't know that you guys were Brazilian, so. But anyways, what I wanted to ask is, tell me the telenovela concept. How did that come up? And then you can pass it down the line.
Yeah. Basically, we in the competition they have you draw genres out of a hat, and the genre we drew was romance. We also draw fish out of water. And we decided to go with an idea that we were working on for romance, which was this girl, originally she was falling asleep and finding herself in a soap opera. And then we decided, we've got all these brilliant Brazilian actors, why don't we have them speak Portuguese? We'll make it a telenovela. I've never seen a telenovela in my life, by the way. I had to rely on... No,
they're my favorite.
Some of these people
I grew
too
up
as well.
on them.
I grew up watching them.
So I had to rely on these lovely people and a lot of our other cast and crew who had seen them to help me kind of get through it. And they each kind of, I think, have their own thing to draw from coming into it. Like, I didn't have it, but they had telenovelas, or they grew up watching soap operas or things like that. So they each kind of had something to bring to the table. And yeah, you guys want to?
Yeah.
I should clarify, I'm Puerto Rican and Panamanian.
Ooh.
And nice. Brazilians. The challenge for me for this was they were speaking Portuguese to me. I speak Spanish and English. There's some crossover, but not completely. So there were times where I was like, I think I know what they just said to me, but let me look at the script again to make sure I know. Yes, that's what I know. I love telenovelas. I feel like it's like a Latin version of film noir. It's so dramatic, and there's a lot of eyebrow acting, and there's not a scene that goes by without something big happening, so you kind of have to play big, and that's fun. We all do comedy, and so it's fun to do dramatic, but dramatic in a, I think, comedic way. That's how I describe telenovelas, a comedic, dramatic crossover of acting.
Awesome. That's a very good comparison.
It's funny because for telenovelas here in America, they seem as very over the top. But I'm gonna have to say, in Brazil, we do have good telenovelas. They are still telenovelas, but we have amazing writers. They make situations very different about what is happening in the world. So the telenovelas come more than just reality daily life. So it has some good content, but it was. For her, it was hard, to acting with someone speak Portuguese. For me as well, even though I speak Portuguese, it's something in the brain, because of course English is not my first language. I learned here, but then it's something she's speaking English, and I feel like I want to speak English with her, even though I'm understanding. And I might have to say in Portuguese. So it's this switching, going for Portuguese and English. But also, it was amazing to have this opportunity to be acting in Portuguese in my language, because it goes smooth, it's in me, it's it's way better, so I had a good time.
Awesome.
Yeah. For me, I grew up on a healthy to possibly unhealthy diet of pro wrestling. I was thrilled to get to go.
That's another telenovela coming from here. Yeah.
Some say the ultimate telenovela.
Yes.
So I was thrilled to get to unleash and go wild over the top and rip through clothing, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Spoiler alert.
Break chairs.
Yeah, exactly. And to get to do it in Portuguese was amazing. It's like so rewarding to get to do something that my grandma can actually understand.
That's so funny. So tell me, I would love to hear from everybody a little bit about the experience of shooting it, apart from the language and stuff. What was it like shooting it? How did it go from concept to screen? And well, obviously we heard about it. It was from the challenge and stuff. Yeah. And then just how it was on set. How did you guys get along? Did you have fun? What was the whole experience like?
Sure. Well, like I said, it was for the 48-hour film project, which we've done a lot as a team. And so we kind of have our kind of technique for that down pretty much. Not to say that stuff doesn't always go crazy, which it does. So we knew what we were getting into, and we kind of, like, the stress of it hopefully didn't, I mean, for me at least, didn't kind of cause any friction with friendships, thankfully.
I know, how is it, how is it the 48 Film Festival? You have 12 hours to
48.
write and shoot, and then another
So basically, we are given our elements and our genres on Friday night. We write it Friday night into the Saturday morning, early hours of the morning. We shoot it Saturday, and it starts being edited Saturday as pieces get sent to the editor. And then that editing happens throughout the night on Saturday all the way to Sunday, and we have to turn in Sunday night about 7:30. So it's a pretty crazy like thrill ride.
Insanity.
I do it so much because I'm just a glutton for punishment, I guess. But for me, the thing with it is getting to spend so much cool time with all these friends of mine who are amazing, talented people, but also just really fun to hang around with. And it's almost like not working with a professional crew, even though they are, but just hanging out with a group of friends for a weekend. And specifically for this one, I also don't speak a word of Portuguese. So
Oh, wow.
there were scenes, we wrote it in English, and then the actors thankfully translated it for us. But there were scenes where I was just like, okay, I guess you got the lines right. I'll trust you. The performance was good. Okay, let's move on. I mean, the cool thing about it was because it was a telenovela, I was like, for certain scenes, I was pushing them to go over the top. So as long as they got there, and Diogo really got there, I was happy.
Well, that's from the pro wrestling, like, you know, so.
Yeah, I have to give full credit to the cast and crew because the crew was polished. I did not experience any, rush or anything. We get there around 9 a.m. and with the cast, we just kept running lines over and over, because you got the script that morning. And for me, I memorized by repetition. So any moment we could steal, we're like, all right, let's run our lines again. And I was listening to them say it to me in Portuguese so that when we were shooting, I could be like, yeah, that sounds like what they said. But also their acting, sells it. It's a show don't tell kind of experience. So I could tell when Tatyana was having an emotional experience and relaying that to me, or with Diogo and he rips off his shirt, I was like, okay.
Okay, that's the
Love those moments.
Yes, many spoiler alerts. But it was fun and polished, and it was, you have to have good vibes on a set like that to get through a quick process. And I feel like we laughed our heads off. We have so many inside jokes, even though we were there for just 12 hours.
Yeah.
So it was a great experience.
Yeah. I have to agree with her. We don't feel like we're working something. Even though we get tired, we don't even sleep. I don't sleep because I get I don't know what scenes I'm going to get, what I have to memorize, whatever I have to work on. But we get there. It's fun. I mean, even though you get tired, but you feel in family and you feel safe and you feel like, I can just be myself and be in character. And if I get wrong, it's fine because I feel safe, So have this time, this opportunity just to be in character, which is nice. And also, I mean, the cast, it was just nice. I mean, I never actually acted with her before, so it was a really good chance and time with her. We have these inside jokes, and we were just rehearsing. But then in scene, I feel like so connected with her, and even though she didn't know what I was saying technically. I mean, she knew in English before, but we have a connection, in the eyes, and so we feel like, okay, you go, and I trust you, and I know when I have to go. So that was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I was new to the team on this one. I just snuck in because me and Ruby and Laura, one of the writers, do comedy together, and I had a blast. Like, everyone was having so much fun together. just like rehearsing lines with you, like getting everyone together was just so much fun constantly throughout the whole thing that everyone said was going to be so stressful because it's a 48-hour thing. But no, like we played around. I got to coordinate a slap because my life is just pro wrestling now. So.
Yes. So basically, you were new to the team and you guys already knew each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'd done one film, but we hadn't had a scene together.
Yes.
Yeah, Vesticon, which was Andrew's second to last film.
Oh, fantastic. Awesome. And the other thing I would love to ask, what's next for you guys, apart from being amazing guests and an official selection at the Culture and Diversity Film Festival? What's next for each one of you?
Well, a couple years ago, I made a sci-fi action short film. It's on the internet. It's called Athena. You can find it on the internet. And that was a pilot for sort of a larger kind of limited series I want to do, and I'm in the process of writing that right now. So eventually, when I finish that, that's the next thing, unless the next 48-hour film project comes around before then, in which case I'll definitely be there with these guys again.
I should say our film is also in the Marina Del Rey Film Festival. Is that
Oh,
appropriate to say?
congratulations.
We found out yesterday.
Yes.
A friend of mine from the same theater that Diogo and I are at, the Ruby Theater, which is where Andrew also saw us perform, and where the writer, we're on the same team with her. I have a sketch show for the Los Angeles Diversity in Comedy Festival, October 20th.
Awesome.
With a friend of mine who's Vietnamese. And Diogo was in our first version of the sketch show. And then my friend and I wrote a pilot, and we were shopping around town, and who knows? Something wonderful always happens.
Me and Diogo, it's funny enough, we just made a movie with him, like speaking in Portuguese. We got another short film that we have to speak in Portuguese as a couple.
Awesome.
Again. So we have that. So I think I'm very excited for that. And I don't know if I can tell anything about the movie, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep quiet, but it's coming.
Awesome.
Build that mystery.
Yes.
And for me, yeah, every second Saturday, come see me and Ruby at the Ruby, doing sketch.
It's not my theater. It's not my
No,
theater.
not her theater. Just coincidence. Right? Yeah. I just directed a dramatic reboot of New Girl. Parody
Wow.
video that I put
A
online.
dramatic reboot?
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Very drama. Very drama. And yeah, I think those are the big things. For sure.
Can I add something?
Please do.
Just really quick. Speaking of the Ruby Theater, unfortunately, they got kicked out of their lease at their building. It's being torn down for condos, which sucks. And so there is a fundraiser going on right now on GoFundMe I think it's called Save the Ruby Theater or something like that on
Yeah.
GoFundMe.
Yeah.
If you search on GoFundMe, you can find it.
Send money.
Yeah, please come and take a look at it and consider donating to it to help them raise money to move to a new location and make the Ruby even better and keep diverse,
Intersectional,
feminist, and inclusive comedy shows going in LA because that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. Well, thank you so much
Thank
to
you.
all of you for being
Thank you.
here. And I'm so excited to screen your film. I haven't had a chance to see it, but now speaking to you guys, I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
get hyped.
stoked. So, yay. And enjoy the rest of the day. We'll be playing your film shortly. And muito obrigada a vocês.
Obrigado.
Gracias a ti. I don't know in Armenian.
It's
But
okay.
thank you in English.
Either. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're happy to be here. It's been a lovely festival so far, and we're looking forward to seeing our film.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody want to say anything?
Gracias.
Obrigada.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Pro wrestler right here. Okay, thank you guys.